Welcome to the channel, everyone. Today, a beautiful day, dry but cool out here. We are going to be working on this F-150 2010. I did an earlier video on the TPMS issue. Found out this one back here was bad. I got the tire off on the back of it right now, and we're going to be installing one of these. This is supposed to be an OEM, no programming. I shouldn't have to do. I may have to wake it up with my little $14 tool, as you saw in an earlier video. So we're going to try to attempt to fix this in the yard. Ghetto style, I guess you could say. And we're going to see if we can do it for free. Pretty much save all our money. Much as money as we can. I only paid, I think, that was $12 or... What did I pay for this fucking thing? I paid $20 for this, I think. And also, the tire is kind of sitting there. We're going to break it down, you know, out in the country style. You know, when you got to have it done right now and everything's closed. So we're going to do that. We got the air out of it already, and here is the TPMS sensor. And pretty simple. So I want to basically take that whole tire stem out, and we're just going to put it all together like that. And there is the part number on it. So like I said, I have an earlier video showing how to check to figure out which one is actually bad. If you have the truck like I have, it doesn't have the option to go in and tell you which one it is. You got to kind of go in and search for it. So for now, we're going to go ahead and try to get this tire off the rim. I'm going to put a board up in there. We're going to run over and kind of break the bead down a little bit. If I can get this side down far enough to get my hand in there to take that out, then we'll just install that one and air the tire back up and put it back on the truck. So that's what we're going to attempt to do. All right, let's see if we can do this. I got her in 4-wheel low on the old switch down there. Makes it a little easier to kind of pull up on her nice and slow. Drop her down in gear. And there we go. I'll back up a little bit more here. There we go. There we go. Hey, how about that? So, you know, you gotta have a fairly warm day to do this. That's how we do it out in the country, boys. So we'll do this all the way around. Get this down. I may actually take this tire clear off the bead eventually and clean everything. So I think it has a slight leak. But hey, the attempt is going. So let me finish up on that. So actually, I didn't have to do anything. I just walked out here and put my foot down on it and broke it right off the bead. And we are good. And now we can see pretty much where our tire stem is right there. I don't think you can see it, but it's there. I think that's going to be low enough to actually get that on there. So let me go ahead and just break the other side down, and we'll clean up the rim really good before we put all this back together. Try to keep all the dirt and stuff out. Alright, so I got this side. This side is usually a little harder, but as long as you get the wood up on there, it usually works out pretty good. So if you do that, you just kind of put your foot up here and knock this down. This is pretty good on these big tires. Works out pretty good sometimes. If you have the old steel rims, yeah, it gets a little harder, but this is all aluminum. Not too worried about scratching. If you're worried about scratching your rims, put a piece of carpet down or something and baby it. Alright, they call me the one-handed bandit. So I got that tire iron there, and we're just gonna go. I put some oil in here, it makes it a little bit easier. And just grip it down here. I use something like this, just hold it like that. Give it another 6 inches or so. Get that in there like that. And pull that out. That's how we basically do this. I'm sure there's some videos online. Matter of fact, I think I got 2 on there. And that's, you know, this is how you can do your tire at your house. If you just want to be, you know, cheap, save some money in these, you know, rough times. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the other side off. It's a little different. You pop it over. You get one of those bars started in it, and you pry on it, and you take a hammer, you just kind of hit the rim outside on the tire. It'll eventually pop off the rim. So you get that off. All right, so we're using a little 5/64 Allen tool here to get that little screw off there. I want to take this off and see if I can get the stem off without destroying it. I can use it as an emergency stem if I have to down the road, but we'll see. Get that back off there. And put it in my toolbox, because you never know. Somebody could come by late in the night and just start slicing tire stems. You just never know. So that's off. Ooh, don't lose my little screw. Come back here. All right, there we go. So we're going to put that out of the way. Here's our new one. So I'll see if we can get this out of here real quick. All right, well, I tried to save it, but this thing's pretty rotten. So let's throw it away. I will keep the center stem core valve release piece, and we'll just throw the rest this way. We'll clean this up here, get the corrosion off on it, and we'll stick the other one in. All right, let's shoot a little bit of Earl on here, clean it up a little bit, and get ready to stick that on. That'll make it easier to pull that stem in through there, and we'll do that next. All right, guys, we'll pull in that a little bit more. I think I got it. Got some tape around those to protect the stem, and I think we're in. Yeah, we're good. So that helped that out. Don't make the mistake of flipping it this way. Pretty sure it has to go closer to the rim like that. I'll go back and check the video earlier to make sure. Yippee, that's how she goes. So we're good there. Good there. Did he give me a valve stem? Okay, yep. Sometimes these companies are getting cheap. So all we gotta do is put the tire on, air it up, and put it back on, and we'll program real quick, and we'll see how it works out. Maybe it didn't cost me a dime to do this. Well, just for the part and a little bit of labor. Beats paying 300 bucks, huh? All right, let's try it and see if it works. All right, just a little quick tip if you're doing this ghetto style. Before I took it apart, I got a little dot right there. And I have a dot right here on the rim, so I know exactly how this goes. So I'm just going to flip this down like this. Put that on there like that, and push it on there, and take my hammer and just tap all the way around here until this falls on the rim. Then take the other side, start one side of it, and take your tool tires there, and kind of just go around the edge and just kind of slip it on the rim. And that's basically all there is to do it. It should air right up. All right, so as you can see, I just about got it on. I couldn't find my smaller hammer, so I'm using a bigger hammer. Just tap around this bead here, and it's just about on right there. So if I go around this side, hold the camera like this, and take my hammer and, oops, didn't want to hit the rim. There we go. A certain way you hit it there. Hard to do with one hand and camera in the other, but that's basically all it is. And you see it's on there. We'll just take our tools now and pry it on all the way around, and take your foot and kind of push down on it, and it'll go. So hey, whatever it takes, right? All right, as you can see, the tire's all back together, and I actually did it in reverse order. Typically you would put this side of the rim down, put the tire over this, then go over that. I did it backwards, so I wasn't really paying attention, but I got it on. Everything's nice and clean. Now we'll go ahead and air it up and hopefully get it programmed. Hey, let me know where you're watching from right now. And also, one quick note is if you're going to be using any kind of tools like that, make sure you don't stick it in here and hit this. Put this on first if you can, you know, with your feet, then work this way around the bead and knock that on with your tools, because you know, you don't want to ruin that after going through all this work. So let's put it on and air it up. All right, so after about, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes, it's on. Got it aired up to 32 pounds. Now, it might actually go off when I start driving it, but I don't know. I think I'm going to have to wake it up with my little tools, so we'll take it down the highway and see how she goes. So let's do that. All right, so far, I've checked all the air pressure in the tires, and they're all up around about 32, but the light is still on, so it looks like we will have to go ahead and wake up those tire TPMS sensors with our little tools. So, well, you know, it couldn't be easy, right? All right, guys, I got it. For a minute there, I didn't think that was going to work, but it took me 3 times, and the 3rd time I actually got on that tire and held it back here on the back left. I was about ready to give up, and I didn't shoot the video clip because I thought this video wasn't worth dealing with, because I didn't think it was going to work, but it worked. So I had to hold it on her for about 30 seconds, and it finally beeped. I was shocked. This is the old one. But hey, it worked. So I saved myself probably $300. So I'll start the vehicle up here. You can see there it says training complete. All right, start her up. See if she goes off. It went off. How about that? Yay! Whew. I was about ready to give up on that. I went around 3 times. I was like, wow. All right, so that's how I did that, guys. So there you go. You know, sometimes you just got to do it a couple times, I guess. So that'll be nice now not to have to worry about watching that tire pressure symbol light come up. So that was an OEM tire pressure TPMS. I was wondering if it was an aftermarket, because I know a lot of times on eBay you gotta be careful about that stuff. You know, you gotta read the fine print and all that. But anyway, hey, all my tires are programmed. I'm good to go and all that. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and until my next video, guys, we'll see you later.